Hello everybody, and welcome to our Hope Church Property Development Update. Last Sunday I reported that through June 14th we had received 98.64% of our offering revenue goal to date, which was an outstanding achievement to report given all the challenges that we have faced in 2020. 1 week later, through June 21st, I am glad to report that we have now fulfilled 99.33% of our offering revenue goal to date. In the midst of the major projects that we are undertaking, our first priority is always to sustain ongoing current ministry, and you are doing that magnificently. It's a great encouragement to us as we are developing our budget for the fiscal year that will begin on September 1st. Last week I spoke about a special offering being taken for the Vine and Branches and Young Life relocation. In some ways, it was counterintuitive to set up another offering fund when resources are so precious. We did this accepting that risk because we believe this is the right thing to do. To declare our determination to move towards longer-term solutions for the crises before us, especially to have Vine and Branches relocated by September 1st. I'm delighted to report that we already have received $4,677.85 in this relocation fund. Last September, we launched our Hope for Tomorrow capital campaign. Our commitment Sunday was November 17th. We received pledges at that time for $4.2 million. Just 7 months later, we have received cash in hand $1,970,286.25. That's an amazing number. I want to say it one more time. $1,970,286.25. We say thank you. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. We are just $130,000 below the $2.1 million cash in hand total that lenders will require from us before we can start construction. For most of us, this is a once-in-a-generation experience, maybe even a once-in-a-lifetime experience to participate in a project of this magnitude. It's important that we always proceed with humility. Psalm 115 verse 1 says, "Not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to you be glory." Our heart's desire in this moment is to bring glory and honor to the name of Jesus Christ, to flourish in the kingdom work that God has assigned to us. We are determined to do our utmost for His highest. A brief reminder of the things that we are aiming to do. We have 4 goals, and along the way we've made a discovery. We're addressing deferred maintenance and costs. We're reducing the cost of facility operations. We're aiming to right-size our facility relative to our current need. And we are seeking to improve our disconnected layout. And here's a discovery that we've made. Our school building is an asset for ministry and for generation of revenue. For years to come, many of you have rejoiced in this change of plans, as I have. We are on target to achieve our goals. We are listening for the Spirit's leadership. We've been flexible and willing to adapt to changing circumstances. Our design plans now reflect more clearly our ministry plans, especially in the area of youth and family ministry. We have a few next steps before us. You're going to be receiving a letter in the regular mail sometime in early July with financial details about our project. We're going to have a property update meeting on July 26th to give you the latest breaking news at that time. And we are calling a meeting of the congregation for August 2nd, Sunday night, August 2nd at 6 p.m. We're going to do all we need to do to make sure that this is a safe experience for all who want to come and participate. At this meeting, we'll elect officers and also give the congregation the opportunity to authorize taking out the necessary loans so that we can begin construction. I have a front row seat to all that is happening. And I want you to know that from my vantage point, the plans just keep getting better and better. We are creating something of value and beauty for the Lord and for our neighborhood and for our community. My excitement is growing, and I hope yours will grow as well after you receive the following update given by Ben Ford and Heidi Johnson about our site plan and about improvements to our facility design plan. Please stay tuned.
Hello again, Hope Church. We're excited to show you the most recent plans for the renovation of Hope's church building. The plans continue to be refined as we adapt and adjust to further align the plans with Hope's vision as we go deeper into addressing specific departmental needs and licensure requirements in preparation for submitting plans for approval by the City of Richfield. In past presentations, we've stressed to you many times that what we're presenting is preliminary. We're getting into the details now, and as we submit drawings for approval from the city, we have come to the point of committing to a footprint of the building. Once we have gotten the green light from the City of Richfield, the shape, size, and location of the building footprint will be set, but the interior within that footprint is still open to change. We will start today with an overview of the building on its site. Ben Ford is going to start by showing us some site plans that he's been working on. He's done an extraordinary job of working on this and will describe for us developments around the building. Ben, we're going to pull up a plan, an overview of the site, and we're going to have you walk us through the site and show us what circulation and parking will look like around the new building. Why don't you start with orienting us?
Sure, thank you, Heidi. Appreciate the opportunity to share what we've been working on with the committee and with the City of Richfield in terms of moving the site plan forward. Just to give you a little orientation, we're looking at the entire Hope campus here in Richfield. To give you an idea, then this drawing, that the north is up. There's a north arrow in the corner, and that's up. We've also got some identify the surrounding streets. We've got Portland on the east side. We've got 4th Avenue on the west side of the campus, and the stub of 5th Avenue at the very north end. So that gives you some idea of where the streets are and how we're sitting here. We also have the entire, you can see the entire Portland school building kind of running north and south with the social events at the very north end of the building. And we've got the link continuing there, connecting to the sanctuary, and the sanctuary to the north, and then the proposed addition off to the east of that. So I think it would be helpful probably at this point to maybe just zoom in a little bit. Most of the work is happening on the north half of the site, and we'll take a look at what we're doing on the north half of the site. So again, as you zoomed in here, we've got the new addition, proposed addition, and the main entrance off, kind of facing off to the south and the east. We plan to reuse the existing driveway coming into the site off of Portland. So if you're used to using that driveway, nothing will change there. There'll be still one drive coming in and 2 lanes going out. So if you're used to coming in that way, that will not change. The difference will be as soon as you start to come into the lot now, you'll have the opportunity to immediately use a drop-off lane just to the right. There'll be a dedicated drop-off lane that has room for cars to stack and a sidewalk right there that is right next to the main entrance that will allow people that need that to use it. We've also created a much bigger and expanded parking lot south of the new entrance. We've tried to expand the number of parking stalls that are there to make them closer to the main entrance. There is a down the corner or the southeast corner of the site, is where the Andrachuk house used to be, and we're making use of that area for parking. And then area just to the west of that is also all new parking that is currently part of the field. So we are capturing a bit of the field where some people park now to put additional parking. The new and expanded lot also has the advantage of there's no more dead ends at the ends of the lots. They are just there's looping through there, so you can always drive in and up and down all of the lanes. Another feature of the new site plan is we've added a number of the accessible stalls to be added north of the driveway up close to the building, so people using those stalls could get out of their cars and just get onto the sidewalk that's right to the north of the accessible stalls without having to cross the flow of traffic from people coming in and out of the building. So that would be a nice feature. We're also doing some work. Oh, the other thing is the entire parking lot is being reworked. This whole parking lot you're seeing here, kind of in the grayish color, is all new pavement. There's all new curbs, all new islands, and improved drainage. So we're hoping there won't be any more puddles in this parking lot that there are now. So that will be nice. We're also doing a little bit of work north of the building. If you remember in the current conditions, there's a kind of a looping drop-off area that runs through the current office addition. And that's going to have to be removed because of the office addition. But we're now proposing that there would be some small parking lot shown, right, that area that people could use during the week to enter the building at the new north entrance. That gives them access to the office if they're making a quick visit or whatever. And those stalls would also be available for people to use on Sundays. If you're used to using the 4th Avenue lot or the northwest parking lot, that entire lot will remain unchanged generally in its layout, but we are going to repave that entire parking lot to make it much better pavement and puddle-free also. And if you're used to kind of coming in there, you'll still have the same 2 options for getting into the building. You either come in through the entrance to the link once you park, or you can use the same north entrance where you would use the sidewalk along the north side of the building and come in, the difference being that the door will now actually be a little bit closer to the sanctuary than where it is currently. There's also future plans for a playground in the green space just north of the sanctuary. So we see that as something that would be used for the latchkey and the preschool in the future.
Great. A comprehensive landscape plan has not been finished yet, but what can we expect there to be included in the plan so far regarding landscaping?
Sure. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the green areas that you're seeing on the drawing are areas that we anticipate that will be green, either turf grass or planting beds. In some cases, we are showing a limited number of trees on the plan right now. But we really want to enhance the site for green spaces, especially around the entrance. And you'll see a number of there's 4 large islands at the north end of the parking lot that will have trees in them. The narrow island between the drop-off lane that has trees in it. There'll also be quite a bit of green space kind of right up around the accessible stalls. So we'll really green up the entrance and make it a soft, inviting entrance. There's also an outdoor patio just to the east of the entrance that we'll probably be bringing some greenery into, and to make that even a more inviting space, and kind of create some excitement along Portland Avenue for people that might be driving by and seeing what's happening on the campus. The city does require some screening of areas of parking lots relative to the existing houses. So right along the south line, adjacent to the house down there, we'll have to add some fairly extensive screening. And along the north parking lot as well, there'll need to be some landscape screening. So that would not necessarily be a fence, but it would be tall shrubs, tall trees, something just to make it so that people in those houses wouldn't be able to see the parking lots. The city's also looking for some small amount of screening along Portland Avenue. We want to minimize that as much as possible because we want to leave that space and our sight lines to our building as open and inviting as possible. But they do require a little of that along the parking lot edge. This plan doesn't show all of the landscaping at this point, but we anticipate that as the plan develops further, that those plans will also be developed and kind of fill in the blanks where you're not seeing necessarily all of the plantings that are going to be going into this plan. So appreciate the opportunity, and I'll give it back to Heidi to take us through the building.
Thanks, Ben. We're going to now move on to the inside, the plans. I'm going to walk you through the building now, highlighting just the major design elements and pointing out a few changes that have been made. Here you are at the front door to the new church addition. And as you enter the front doors, you're presented with a sweeping view of interior space. So straight ahead of you would be a welcome desk with a fireplace and seating area directly behind it to the right, and then our beautiful sanctuary ahead to the left of it. The tan space to your right will be the light-filled multi-purpose room, which anchors the front of the building and is visible from Portland Avenue. As your gaze shifts to the left, you'll see the Dixon Chapel, the entrance to the offices, the conference rooms, and then as your gaze travels counterclockwise, you'll see the entrance to the children's area and nursery, the signs for the restroom, and then the cafe on the left. The entrance vestibule in this version of the plan has been pulled out toward the curb a few more feet. It's a subtle change, but it allows the cafe to have a little more space around it and to tuck those tables away so they won't be hit by a draft coming in from the front doors. This version includes shelving to the right of the fireplace, hopefully a place to hold a collection of books. And then the office layout has been adjusted to accommodate an adequate number of workstations and offices for our staff, and the size of the large conference room has slightly increased. There's a new family toilet room that's been added. It's in a real quiet location. It's in that gray block in the center, just across from the offices. And then there's also a canopy that's been added that extends over the sidewalk of the north entrance. So it'll be similar to the canopy extending over the front door, but just smaller. We're going to move to the lower level now, and here, when we get there, you're going to see a few more changes. Much time has previously been spent developing the upper level, and now we're fine-tuning this lower level. And we're excited to show you these developments. Many discussions have taken place in the last couple months surrounding our music ministry and the vision we have for a future which enables our children and youth to flourish. So vision for the music ministry at Hope encompasses a robust choir program as well as music in other formats. The acknowledgement that Hope already possesses a choir room with many desirable features helped propel the decision to retain the current choir room, repurposed into a more accessible music making space, as well as to be used as a multi-purpose classroom other times during the week. The children's area, or those blue spaces on the left side of the drawing, now aligns with licensure requirements for Hope's preschool program. So 2 preschool rooms have been enlarged and enhanced with in-room toilets. The 3rd classroom has become a needed kitchenette for food prep, a storage area, and office space. The large classroom with a stage in it across the hall from the preschool rooms will be used for Hope's Latchkey program. All of these spaces will house Sunday morning and Wednesday night children's programming. The stairs that you see there on the outside of the building at the top of the plan lead to that playground ground level that Ben mentioned. Now the east side of the lower level is being developed into a new youth room, a space for Hope's teens. As Hope Church leans forward with excitement into vision for those on the way, we recognize the importance of having space that teens feel comfortable hanging out in and calling their own. As you see this space with its associated storage, you can see it there as a comprehensive children and youth department that's going to occupy Hope's lower level. Toilets have been relocated from the area near the elevator to the bottom of that staircase that's over on the east, on the right. It's a much more efficient layout of space than the previous plan had. And as you can see on the plan here, the bathrooms are labeled boys and girls just on this drawing, but in reality, they'll be adult-sized fixtures and they can be used by anyone. The decision to keep the school building and the link allows Hope to continue using our beloved social events rooms. We're so thankful to be able to continue to use this space to host classes and programs there in the future. So we look forward in the future to sharing this design with our neighbors. An open house has been planned for mid-July, and invitations have already been sent to our neighbors just within a few blocks of our campus. And we're hoping for a nice evening of gathering under the canopy outside the link to show off drawings of our plans and to engage in conversation with those who are interested who decide to come. And we again welcome your questions after watching this presentation. We'll do a follow-up presentation just as we have in the past, addressing these questions and any comments that you might have, and it's planned for Sunday, July 26th. Please submit any questions that you might have by email to the address that you see on the screen there, property@hope-pc.org. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.